I'm Marta. I'm the product manager for the ClickHouse, and I'm going to talk you through we've been up to at ClickHouse to bring support for your real-time analytics use cases. So let's just take a really quick look back to understand kind of like how the concept of real-time analytics has evolved over time. So back in the 90s, if you wanted to know how many people visited your website, you have something that looks like this. So like a simple counter. I think it called this real-time analytics in the 90s, right? And I think we're all old enough in this room to remember hitting refresh on these pages to see if the number would really go up. And if you were really lucky, you might even win an iPod. So we've come a long way since then. And now knowing that someone visited your website is no longer enough. You want to know who visited your website, what they did on your website, where they came from, how they behaved. And we want to understand that not in 8 hours when your batch job finishes, but you want to understand that as soon as all these events happen. So making this transition isn't exactly easy. You have a growing volume of data. Your queries are no longer just like counting the number of users on your website. You have multidimensional, complex queries. And at the same time, of course, your stakeholders expect everything to go faster. So what I'm adopting to deliver on these expectations, you start thinking, what are the trade-offs that you need to do? You sacrifice patience for speed, speed for cost. Do you need to go back to writing Java jobs? So real-time analytics, not a new problem. We've been trying to solve it since the first websites. But making it work and making it really work at scale and with complex queries, that's what ClickHouse wants to do better than everyone else on there. And, it's easy to stand on this stage and say words, but like Alexei said, like the ultimate testimonial is the years that we have using ClickHouse for real-time analytics. Importantly, we have big names, but also like big and small names also here in this room, which is the most important thing today. And they're all running ClickHouse in production for real-time analytics. And the challenge and also the cool thing about working on a product like ClickHouse for real-time analytics is that all these companies and all of you in this room today are running all sorts of different flavors of real-time analytics use cases. So for example, Lyft uses ClickHouse to slice and dice driver and passenger analytics all around the world. Cloudflare is analyzing logs across trillions of internet requests to identify malicious traffic. IBM backs a bunch of their security and observability products on ClickHouse. And these are all mission-critical, customer-facing, sometimes at massive scale. So you not only need to build a database that generalizes to all these flavors, but you also need to build a database that is reliable and scalable. So what does it actually take to deliver true real-time analytics at scale? We'll focus on 3 things. First, you need always fresh data. And you can't really deliver low latency insights if you don't have a reliable, low overhead way of getting that into ClickHouse as soon as it's available in the first place. So this is the whole purpose of ClickPipes, which is the team I work on, and it's our managed ingestion platform. Like Alexei already covered, it allows you to connect to a bunch of different types of data sources. Database CDC from Postgres, MySQL. We recently launched MongoDB a couple of months ago as well. Streaming from Kafka, Kinesis, all of those platforms, object storage, S3, from S3, GTS, all of that. And of course, we keep working on expanding the list of services we support. I know there's people in the room that want PubSub. There are people in the room who want data lake CDC. So like you have requests, or if you want a region to be supported that is not supported on ClickPipes, I'm the right person to complain to today. So, and the team here with ClickPipes is managed. You're not building and maintaining complex data pipelines yourself. So we want to abstract all of that away from your team, and we want to give you an experience that is native to ClickHouse Cloud, and also out of the box has a scale performance and reliability that is harder to do if you're just like rolling this out yourself. And this is what it looks like. What we want you to do is just like click a few buttons or run a few Terraform scripts, and you configure how to connect. You tell us how to connect to your upstream system, and you have no infrastructure to manage, no complex retry logic that you write. For CDC, importantly, you don't need to manage separate infrastructure like Debezium and Kafka Connect. So it should just work in a couple of clicks. And again, we have hundreds of customers that are already using ClickPipes in production, big and small. We're going to hear from some of them here today, which I'm really excited about. And now that that's done, so now you have first data flowing using ClickPipes. The second requirement is you need lazy fast query. And I don't need to go too much into this. If you're in this room, you've probably seen this firsthand, but it's ClickHouse's bread and butter to make things go fast. So it's architected, optimized to squeeze every bit of performance of whatever hardware you throw at it. At the same time, very aggressive about compression to give you maximum storage and cost efficiency. And the numbers speak for themselves. We're constantly working towards being at the top of our public benchmark called ClickBench, which is available. You can look it up, you can run it yourself. And we have other database companies contributing to it as well. It's not just us trying to make ClickHouse look good, because other companies are also trying to make their database look good. And this is the number one thing that keeps Alexei up at night. It's being number one on ClickBench. And the best thing is that then it's all available through standard SQL, so you can plug it into the usual tools that you use with any other database. And importantly, you don't have to scroll through Java stack traces when something goes wrong. And something Alexei also already touched on, but I wanted to briefly mention, is that ClickHouse does support workloads that are not append-only, and we're getting better at that as time goes on. And it now supports something we released recently, lightweight updates, which are 1,000 times faster than the, let's call it old or original mutation-based approach. And we're trying to continue to improve this to be able to offer you updates that are faster, but that also with the least impact possible on query latency. And this means that you can now do updates without compromising query speed, and you get OLAP, or what we're working towards is giving you OLAP performance also for the use cases that require mutations. So for example, in my team, we are now benchmarking this for our CDC connectors, which of course are like workloads that rely a lot on being able to handle mutable data efficiently. And so we have always fresh data, fast queries, and the last thing is we need to make it scale. So this is where ClickHouse Cloud and the cloud architecture comes in. Alexei already explained it, and a lot of you, I think, are already using ClickHouse Cloud. So the cloud architecture has separation of compute and storage. That means that your data lives in object storage in one big shard, and compute nodes are completely stateless. And this means you can scale up when your traffic spikes, scale down when it drops, and you only pay for what you actually use. So you don't need to over-provision your cluster for a peak load and just operate at maximum capacity for 24/7. And for all its benefits, this separation does bring one problem, right? Object storage is cheap, but it's also slow. So we've been working, or the core team has been working on bypassing that. And traditionally, even if you have multi-node deployment, you'll hit a ceiling running your queries in ClickHouse. So each query will run on one node, even if you have hundreds of them. And something we recently released is a feature called parallel replicas that basically just means infinite horizontal scaling.
And what this allows you to do now is to fan out a query, the execution of a query across all cores of all nodes in your cluster. And this doesn't scale exactly linear, but let's say that you add 10 nodes to your cluster and you get 10x faster queries. And all of this without data movement and no resharding. There's a really interesting blog post because, of course, we always benchmark our own features against ourselves. And you can see, you can read how we got 100 billion plus row queries dropping from 26 seconds to under 1.5 seconds on a 20-node cluster. So what this gives you is interactive speed at massive scale. And the last piece to scale real-time analytics that we've been working on recently is distributed cache, which is available in private preview in ClickHouse Cloud. And like I was saying before, like the problem with compute storage separation is that doing a round trip to S3 can take anywhere between 50 and 100 milliseconds. And now with the distributed cache, we have a cluster-wide cache that allows any node to serve hot data to any other node within 1 to 5 milliseconds, which means that this has gotten 10 to 50 times faster if you enable distributed cache. And in the end, like what this gives you is S3 economics with local disk performance. So if you're interested in this, I'm definitely not the right person to talk about distributed cache, but we do have Melvin here, who is our core PM. And you can also directly ask him to get you on the private preview. He has like a spreadsheet open and ready to go. And that's it. So we come full circle. In the 90s, real-time analytics meant counting visitors on your little website. And today means being able to understand everything instantly at any scale.